Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD6. New patch notes, the 13.0 is out, Halloween update, and yeah, I'm gonna just cover here the main things that have been changed, and then I'm gonna just jump into the game and showing you the new things added. So there are two new maps, a beginner one and an expert one. You can see them already smaller here. So this is the beginner one and this is the expert one. And the expert one is called Bloody Puddles, and it's very similar to Muddy Puddles if you see like the how the map works, but there is an extra path and more objects that may block like line of sight or stuff like that. So yeah, that's nice. Then like the game has been optimized, so like performance improvements, effects and all that stuff. Then here some bug fixes, so nothing really too important I think, other than just solving some bugs and stuff like that. Now this is interesting though. The 5th upgrade on the top path of the Buccaneer now can pop lab balloons. So yeah, it's just worth remembering it. And also this one is quite interesting. Now the Robot Monkey. With this upgrade, the Super Monkey gains like 2 arms, so it's gonna attack with 2 arms at the same time. And now if you have also knockback, so 031 Super Monkey, both of these arms will knock back for the same amount. So I think that this one means that the knockback is reduced. So now instead of considering each arm singularly and applying knockback to each one of them, both of them now are gonna knock back for the same amount. So I think it's like a little nerf, if you would call it like that. Of course, they have fixed the engineer, especially the balloon trap bag that was causing when you reopened the game and you collected the cash from the trap to get like a ton of cash. So now, yeah, these will not happen anymore. And here just some fixes again, like nothing too important. And here we go, balance changes. So in this 13.0 patch, not a lot of towers have been changed, just 5 with 1 hero, so just 4 towers have been changed. Attack shooter, some nerfs to the 4th and the 5th upgrade in the bottom path, just an increase in the cost, so it's 700 for the overdrive. Remember that this is on medium, so that means that in hard and in probable it's a little more expensive, and also like 4K for the tag zone. So yeah, that's the nerf. The zombie balloons though, so the 4th upgrade in the bottom path for the wizard now deal more damage, so from 1 to 2, so that's nice. And this is very sad. Now the Grandmaster Ninja has been hugely nerfed, and now the damage has been increased, so from 1 to 2, so that's double damage. But then the attack rate has been reduced from 0.1 to 0.217. So what this means is that the ninja, instead of attacking once every 0.1 second, is going to attack once every 0.217 seconds. So this means that the nerf on the attack speed of the ninja has been more than halved. So yes, you have more damage, so double damage, but then you have more than less amount of attack speed. So at the end of the day, you have a nerf, less damage in the same amount of time. And if you count also that the pierce has been nerfed by 2, so 2 less balloons that the shurikens can bounce to, yeah, this is just a huge nerf overall, and yeah, very sad. Monkey Engineer, of course, overclock has been nerfed, but not as much as I expected. So like from 50% to 40%. I expected it to be like 35% or maybe 30%, but yeah, just by 10%. So it's still quite good, but yeah, it's not as overpowered as it was before. And then finally for Captain Churchill, more damage added at level 7 and at level 12 one extra layer of damage for each level. So yeah, Churchill is gonna do more damage. And that's it really. So the patch notes are over, so it's pretty quick, not a lot of changes. And now I'm gonna just jump into the game and I'm gonna show you the things here. So that's the beginner map, so carved, and just showing you how the map works. Like in this case, it's quite simple. There's just one path. Bloons are gonna come from the top left side, and they're gonna just follow the path. Then here they're gonna turn, they're gonna enter inside this pumpkin shape path, and then here they're gonna exit, and then they're gonna leak from the top right path. So it's quite easy how this map works. And now there are no obstacles, problems in this map. So as you can see, like I'm placing a sniper, there is no blockage of the line of sight. And another thing is that the eyes of this pumpkin, you can place water towers, so like subs and the Buccaneers if you want to. And you can also use this little pot here in the right side also to place water towers. So yeah, this is the beginner map, so quite easy. And then instead the expert map is Bloody Puddles. Now this map is very interesting. So you can already predict how the map is gonna work just by looking at the arrows and looking at where the Rospects are placed. So remember that with Monkey Knowledge, having the Rospects at the end of the path, they will always be placed at the very end of the path. So you can see that in these two left paths, the Rospects are placed just in the bottom side. So that means that the Bloons are gonna come from the top side. Instead, for the two paths in the right side, the Rospects are placed in the top side. So you can already see that the Bloons in these two lateral paths, they're gonna come from opposite directions, and they're gonna come at the same time. You can see here the arrows, like here before starting round 1, you can see both of them entering at the same time. And now one peculiar thing is that if you pay attention to the central path, you can see that there are Rospects in both the bottom and in the top side. So this means that on this path, the Bloons are gonna come from the bottom side and the top side at the same time. Now another thing before showing you like how this map works, line of sight. There is this huge track that is gonna block it. So things like subs, advanced intel, snipers, and all those huge range towers are gonna be blocked by it. You can spend 1000 cash to remove it, so it's removable. Instead, here there are these rocks that are not gonna let us place the towers. As you can see, they're just blocking the ground, and these can't be removed, so you can't remove those. And that's it. So there are some, of course, here puddles where you can place water towers if you want to. And here, just starting one, you can see here the Bloons coming from the lateral, the more lateral paths at the same time. So each path has half amount of Bloons, but despite that, you still need to pop both of them at the same time. And then you can see that in the next round, in this case is round 2, the Bloons are gonna come from the same at the same time from the middle lateral path, so these ones right here. And then you can see that at the third round, the Bloons are gonna come just from the central path at the same time, so from bottom and top side. And you can see here the arrows just crossing over each other, going in the two different directions. Now here I have the Rospects, so you may not be able to see the Bloons, but here I'm gonna just place some rounds just so you can see how it works. Yeah, so this map already looks quite interesting in my opinion. It's nice that yes, it looks similar to Muddy Puddles, but then the mechanics are totally different. because like there are the balloons coming from two paths at the same time, coming from different directions, and definitely that makes it a lot harder. So if you count correctly, like round 3 is gonna be from the central path, then every 4 rounds the balloons are gonna come from the central path. I think the central path is gonna be the one that may cause you the high amount of trouble, because if the balloons start getting on top of each other, you cannot really see which balloons are sneaking past and about to leak and which balloons are instead entering. It becomes quite hard to do so. So like look at these red balloons now. Like can you see that it's not that easy to like distinguish between the balloons? So definitely an extra challenge. And so like round 7, round 11, round 15, 19, 23, 27, 31, 35, 39, and so on, all those rounds are gonna all come from the central path. And yeah, so that's the expert map. As you can see, very interesting. And now final thing of this Halloween update is the Halloween event, of course. So another collection event. As you complete the maps, you can get candies. In this case, for example, by completing a beginner map, you can see that you get the harder the difficulty, the more candies you get. The maximum amount of candies is when you can complete Impossible or Chimps. And the harder the difficulty overall of the maps, the more you get. So in this case, like Chimps on a beginner map is 15 candies. Chimps on a expert map is 45 candies. And now as you get candies, every certain amount, you're gonna unlock the crates and you're gonna receive insta monkeys. And the more total candies you get, the better these crates become, and so the higher and the stronger the insta monkeys that you get. It's pretty much like that. And the event is gonna end in 7 days, so there are not a lot of days to if you wanna unlock the very last crate. And that's it. So that was the update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.